It's a lot more fun to be an Aggie fan these days than a Cowboy fan, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Or a Longhorn fan. Today, as it's released, is Amber's book release day.
Here's a night where I wanna be with you holding on this ride. It could rain or it could be blue skies. Either way, baby, we'll be alright. Wherever we go, I gotta know you know you're the only one I want sitting in the shotgun side on this ride.
How's it going?
Great.
How many subscribers do you have on Yee Life?
Enough.
Enough. That's a lot. You haven't hit 5 million yet, huh? You close?
Getting closer, man.
You don't believe he has 5 million almost subscribers on Yee Life? Finding out how many bullets it takes to break through parking cones? Yeah, that's pretty crazy. How are you, Brian?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You ready for a podcast?
Yeah, we're just waiting on our star for the podcast.
The star of the show.
The star of the show.
Mr. Hollywood.
TikTok sensation. Right chair member of the Yee podcast, Tyler Smith. But he's, when he's a celebrity like he is, and he's such a popular TikToker, he's just busy, man. And a lot of stuff coming through his feed, a lot of text messages coming through constantly. There's a lot of stuff. So he just does all his TikToking. He just TikToks away, and he's late to our podcast. But should I go find him?
He just texted me, he said he's coming.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You guys ready?
We're ready. You ready?
I think I'm ready.
What are we talking about today?
I don't know. Looks like Parker's got his computer.
That's when you know it's going to be a serious episode. Parker's got his computer out. Only because he doesn't have a phone. It's true.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we've shown the Smiths that. Show me your flip phone.
I don't have it with me.
Not only do you only have a flip phone, but you also don't have your flip phone on you.
Yeah.
That's like a double layer of protection against addicting apps.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great, man. But I do have texting on my computer, so I'm texting Tyler right now, so it doesn't really count. So.
Just ask him how he finds his way home. Maps.
You have to remember street names now. It's pretty crazy.
So Parker has a flip phone because he broke his iPhone, but then he just kind of went with it and just said, hey, I think I'm going to get a flip phone. Oh, there he is. Our star.
That's pretty cool.
The TikTok star himself.
5-0, you start wearing the Aggie stuff, huh? I'm just kidding. You've worn it for 30 years. 40 years. 46 years.
Old school Adidas.
We got pictures of
1975.
Jackie Sherrill.
Yeah, with the same gear. Yeah.
It's a lot more fun to be an Aggie fan these days than a Cowboy fan, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Or a Longhorn fan. Not much of a talker.
Anyway, so yeah, those testimonies are cool, and I think that they are, Granger, you were talking about a form of apologetics or defense of the Christian faith in general is God's work in people's lives. And the only way that Aaron's situation makes sense is when you see where he was and then where he is today. The only way that's possible is through being given a new heart that is completely transformed into one that goes from being dead to being alive and wanting to live for Christ, and he's restored everything in his life. And really, and you don't have to have the most exciting testimony. Aaron's was really serious because of the sin that he was in. But every Christian, to even if you were saved from a young age, you have a time in your life where you were born again.
Hi.
As we release this video, we are about 4 days before this happens, but today, as it's released, is Amber's book release day. Yeah, so
It will be out in the world. The girl on the bathroom floor, held together when everything is falling apart.
yeah, we have talked about this and built up to this, and now we still don't know how this is going to go as we film it, but maybe some of you will actually have some feedback already. Maybe you will have already read it, surely.
Maybe you're on the launch team and you guys have been helping promote it on Facebook and all of your socials. And if that is you, thank you so much. I've gotten really good feedback. A lot of people say it feels like they're right there with me, or I'm right there with them, or it feels like they're just sitting on the couch across from me and we're having a cup of coffee and we're crying and talking about lots of hard things. So that is what my editor wanted me to do. Is she said, be the you-iest you that you can be. So I hope that that's what I was able to do. I hope that it brings people comfort. I hope that it meets people where they are, if you are on that bathroom floor moment, and I hope that it brings you hope. And I hope you know that that's not the end of your story, because that was my goal in writing it.
So there's a couple things I want to talk about, and then I want to talk about our marriage,
Okay.
and like an honest state of our marriage.
Okay.
Because it's been so interesting that we have flipped roles.
Yeah.
I'm the stay-at-home dad. You're literally on tour,
Yeah.
and it's so crazy watching these episodes of The Smiths that you're like out in the city.
I'm
and
in a
hotel,
Yeah.
playing, and I'm like, Maverick, get over here, like eat your Cheerios, and that's such a switch because it was the opposite. Not even too long ago, it was opposite on The Smiths.
Yeah. It's been the opposite for, 14 years.
So my favorite part of this whole book, I don't know exactly what chapter.
You haven't even told me what this is.
By the way, these pages are so cool.
They're so
The
pretty.
way they're so thin and like paper thin. I don't know.
Papery.
They're so papery. But my favorite part is enough, seek me. What chapter is that?
The offense, I believe. No, the idol. The idol.
The idol.
Yes.
Here it is. Flip to about as fast as I do the Bible, didn't I? Mm-hmm. So one of the most shattering realizations in my grief was about to unfold, and once again it happened on my bathroom floor. As I sat there crying, utterly consumed by sorrow, the Lord interrupted my pain with 3 words that changed everything. They weren't audible, but I felt every word, crushing my spirit like a careful heart surgeon, cutting through the fog of my despair and piercing it with piercing clarity. Enough, seek me. These weren't my own thoughts, and as crazy as it may sound, they carried a weight I can't fully explain. In that moment, God revealed an uncomfortable truth. I had made River an idol in my life. My pain, my longing for him, my constant thoughts of him, they had begun to eclipse the one who is the source of all comfort and peace. Gently but firmly, the Lord was calling me to lift my eyes from my sadness and refocus them on him. Enough, seek me. It was a conviction, a call, and a challenge all at once. God was calling me to get up, to arise off the bathroom floor, both physically and spiritually. I felt in that moment that everyone is suffering something. I felt the Spirit saying to me, enough, seek me, give me the glory that belongs to me alone. That was my favorite part of the book.
Yeah, that was one of the most pivotal moments of my healing journey. And it was so clear, and it wasn't, I didn't delay. I right in that moment, I stopped, I got up, I wiped my eyes, and I was like determined to seek the Lord, to give him the glory that he deserves. And in that moment, I started seeking him. I started looking to him. I put him back where he should be, which was my treasure, my prize, and realized that River was the gift from the giver. And that was just a big transformation moment for me. I mean, that was where he called me to get up off the floor, to arise.
I've had that same thing. And, it's like thinking about the analogy. John Piper has a great illustration of this, because you could read this, like somebody could hear me read that and think, well, that sounds like God is like egotistical, like narcissistic. He's like, sees this woman hurting, crying over her lost son. And he's like, stop thinking about your lost son and think about me, because I am jealous. I am narcissistic. But we have completely misunderstood that God does say he is a jealous God. But that is our jealousy is a sinful jealousy. God actually has a perfect jealousy, meaning his jealousy is actually, he craves us to be worshiping him, to seek him for our good. He doesn't need anything. God doesn't need people to worship him. He doesn't need people to seek them like a jealous human would want. They're needy. They need attachment. They need emotionally, emotional encouragement from other people or whatever. God doesn't need a single thing. He's already perfect, and he can't get any perfecter. That doesn't happen. He would be jealous over his children. Those are the people that have received Jesus as their Lord and Savior. John 1:12. He's jealous over those people so that they could have peace and joy. And John Piper does this illustration. He said it would be like a museum, and an incredibly beautiful painting is in the museum. We'll say it's in the back of the museum. Like everything in the museum leads to this one painting. Breathtaking. And it would be like people going through the museum, and they're on their phones. They're looking down, distracted. And if the painting can talk in that moment, when these people are walking by each display, and they get closer and closer to this magnificent painting, if the painting could talk, it would say, enough. Look to me. Look at me. Not because the painting needs any more eyes on it. It doesn't. But knowing that when you do, everything will change. You won't care about whatever's on your silly phone. You won't care about whatever problems you have in that moment. You will see me, and you will be dazzled. You will delight, as Psalm 1 says. You will delight in my presence. Because in my presence, the psalmist says, there is fullness of joy, the painting would say. So that's what you meant. That's what the Lord spoke to you. It's biblical that he would say that. He's not saying, I'm done. I'm tired of you worshiping your son. Worship me. He's saying, you want to be healed? Stand up.
Yeah. Yeah. And because he knows he's the only one who can truly fulfill everything that we're longing for. And idol, it does say he's a jealous God over idols in our lives that we put in place of him, because we look to the things that he created instead of the creator. And it wasn't like, sometimes we get upset with our kids and we're like, stop crying. It wasn't like that. It was like a father lifting his daughter's face to him and saying, seek me. It was firm like a father, but it wasn't mean or condemning. It was kind, because he is what I needed to look to. He is my savior. He is my treasure. He is my prize. And he was just redirecting my gaze in a firm but loving way, like a father. And it was just it was really powerful for me. Yeah.
I think my next favorite part is the recipient. And this is a part that's not in Like a River at all. Because I didn't really know this. It's this right? It's this river, right? It's not this one. But this idea. Let's see.
Are you talking about
The picture
Elda?
when y'all took a picture? Yeah, where's that?
Yeah, Elda, it's in there. Right there.
Where's it?
Well, this is all where we met, right here. A picture of her holding Maverick.
Yeah, so you met the recipient. I wasn't part of this, but you and Mav met the recipient of River's kidney. And this is crazy because you say we finally met on November 11th, 2022. I chose a local coffee shop and we found a quiet table in the back. Maverick, who was just over a year old at the time, came with me. Elda brought her sister to help translate, as she mostly spoke Spanish. She was absolutely precious, standing just over 4 feet tall with short highlighted brown hair and warm brown eyes behind her glasses. She wore a lovely floral paisley top with black pants and a cozy black sweater. As we sipped our drinks, she shared her story, as she had been on dialysis for 3 long years before receiving River's kidney, tethered to a machine for 8 to 10 hours every single day. 3 years. For River's entire lifetime, she had been fighting this battle, hooked to a machine, waiting, praying, hoping, longing for healing. It struck me how we don't always see what the Lord is doing. How often must she have wondered, "Do you see me, Lord? Why are you allowing me to suffer like this?" And yet, in his kindness, I could almost hear him whispering, "Hold on, child. I am preparing something for you. I am raising up a little boy who will help heal you. Just hold on." When you say I have a picture of her holding Maverick on that day at the table, and it makes me emotional every time I look at it. It's the closest Mav will ever be to a piece of his big brother. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Elda and Maverick, 2 blessings that came out of the breaking of my heart. 2 lives I will cherish forever. So good. I was on the airplane. Like, I'd read that before, but I was on the airplane and I was like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to get emotional.
No, I think about that. His whole life, like, we had River for such a short time, but it was a long time. 3 years is a long time in somebody's life. And she was stuck to him. I mean, she had battled this disease for 35 years, but for those last few years, she was on dialysis and she was on the transplant list for 8 to 10 hours a day. And I just think of River running around so free and on his go-kart and on his tractor, and she's in a bed, waiting for something, some miracle to heal her.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so good.
And she sent me another picture of her standing on the beach with her husband, and she's wearing a Live Like Riv shirt. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, she's the sweetest woman, and she made sure to tell me whenever I gave her Where the Dinosaurs Roar, that she loves dinosaurs too. And we always thought that, River's organs would have gone to children, and we were very surprised when they went to adults, but she was such a little woman that he was able to help her. So yeah, there's blessings in all of the breakings if we have eyes to see. And many times we can't see that when you're in it because everything around you feels like it's shattered. But when you look back with fresh eyes and when you have an eternal perspective, you can see the goodness and the blessing in the breaking, and that God is working all things together for good for those who love him and who are called according to his purpose.
So go get this book. It's so good, and it has so much hope in it. Of course, like, people have told me, like, I don't know if I could read it or not. People tell me the same thing with Like a River. I don't know if I can read it or not. And I was like, it has hope. It points to hope. It doesn't leave you.
No, it doesn't.
In a bad place.
No, it doesn't. Yes, there are hard parts, but life is hard. There are tragic things that happen, but there is hope and there is light. And I don't stay on the bathroom floor. And another thing is, if you don't want to read it, I did narrate the book. So anywhere you listen on Audible or Spotify or wherever, it's my voice and I get to tell you the story. And that was an emotional. I mean, you did it for Like a River. But I love memoirs. I love to hear people's stories, and I love when the author reads it themselves. So I got to do that. And then Granger and I have a little conversation at the end like we did for Like a River. So if you would like to listen on Audible or Spotify or wherever, you can do that too.
So people have followed this channel since we sat down in the woods and announced that River died. We announced that on June the 6th. On that little bench in the woods, and people have followed that. Unfortunately, that's like our highest viewed video, and in some ways, like some people started the journey with literally that video, and so here we are today. And where are we today?
Oh, you're talking about our marriage.
Yeah.
Where are we today?
I just think this is the sweetest season. I told you this last night, that I've ever lived in my entire life. It's not an easy season.
Yeah.
But the Lord is he's so kind, and the Lord is so kind, and has just given us fulfillment in so much of all the pain. None of it was wasted, and it still won't be. But it's been the hard years after Riv there has been, like I said, in his kindness, because he doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
There has just been so many things that the pain has fueled new horizons and new endeavors and a new life at the church. And
there's been such fruit from that really painful season. And I don't know, I believe it is John 12:24, that the seed must die for it to bear fruit. And we had to die. Pieces of us died. We had to die to ourselves. I mean, the Lord saved us through this. And London the other day said, I think it was Leonard Lincoln. One of them said, what if I woke up and it was 2016? And then I thought, well, how much different it would be. Like we would still be going to a different church probably. Granger would still be doing music. We wouldn't have Maverick in our lives. Like so many things we would have to trade to go back to where we were. And we didn't want the pain. We don't like the pain. We didn't want River to pass that way. But in order to have our lives back the way it was, we lose everything that's happened in these last 6 years. And I wouldn't trade that, because the Lord has brought us to himself through this loss. And not only us, the domino effect of the people that it's affected, not just in our own families, but like all over. And it's not to say that's us or our story or River. That's all what God did. There is goodness in that. And I wouldn't go back.
No.
And I know that sounds weird to say, because it's our little boy, but now not only do we get to see him again in heaven, but we get to see Jesus. And I wasn't saved before this. And now I get to see Jesus, and Lord willing that Maverick is saved by the Lord. Maverick and River now get to meet. Like, that's just insane to me. I'm sitting here looking at pictures of him right now.
Yeah.
That little boy appointed to 1,114 days on this earth.
I also see Martin Luther and John Calvin and Dietrich Bonhoeffer and Frederick Douglass. I see all those pictures too behind this camera. All my friends. Look at all my friends. John Owen.
It's just, it's I don't know why I'm surprised at what the Lord does, because he's God. But he is just so good.
So good.
So good. And he has done incredible things. And was it that John Piper said, what more can we say but that God has done it?
God has done it.
And it is marvelous.
It is marvelous.
In our eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we are. So I love that this, I love for a couple reasons that this memoir is out, and one of them is that you've got it out. You've been wanting this moment, so that when someone comes to you individually and says, I'm hurting, you could say, start here. Read this. Read my story. I had lunch with a church member today, and for whatever reason, I talked to him every single day, but he didn't know my story. Really? He said, I knew that like something happened with your son. I knew you used to be like in country music or something, but I've just never asked, and no one's ever told me. And he said, I'm not a fan of country music. I just naturally have not ever known. I've never been to a concert in my life, you know? And so we went to coffee today, and he's like, I want to hear it. So I told him, he was crying. Wow. He was crying, and he was like, I get it now. I get it. Like, I'm one of his pastors, and he's like, I get why you're one of my pastors.
Oh my gosh.
You know, the Lord did that. So anyway, yeah. Love you guys.
Hope you like it. Hope you love it. Gift it to somebody that you know that may be hurting or in a season of pain. We hope that it can be a companion to them and theirs and point them to Jesus.
Smith followers, we're going to go dark for about a week. Partly because Caden, our videographer, is literally on his honeymoon right now. So that's why we're doing this video a little early. So you can be praying for him, and they're having an incredible trip, Lord willing, in Scotland.
So amazing.
And so when he gets back, we'll be filming this release week. And then we'll be dark, and then he'll come back, and we'll get him back to work again, and we'll show you what this week looks like for us. But love you guys.
Love you guys.
Yee.
See ya.
It's out. Go get it.
On this ride.